नैयायिकाः अर्हन्नित्यता जैनशासनरथाः कर्मेति मीमांसकाः क्रैस्त्वाः क्रिस्तैति क्रियापररथाः हल्लेति महम्मदाः सोऽयम्भो विदधातु वाञ्छिता फलम् त्रैलोक्यनाथो हरिः।
Thank you, students. I think I will request our head the Department of Extension Education to extend a welcome.
Good morning and namaste to everyone who are here on this, who have joined us personally here and also those who have joined online. So this is a 3-day regional consultative meeting, which is organized for the Southern region in Regional Institute of Education, Mysuru. And the moment the invite went to the different states, surprisingly, the response came so quickly. So quickly it came. I don't know whether it is because of the coordinator or it's because of the importance given to this area. So we all know adolescence is the stage of stress and storm. And the present scenario is little different, where information is more and challenges are more, and people like us who are working with young generation, that is the adolescents at schools in different capacities, have major responsibility in working towards mental well-being of adolescents. So let me take this pleasant job of initiating the program by welcoming you all here. So first and foremost, let me welcome our in charge principal and Dean of Instruction, Professor Kalpana Venugopal. Madam, a very warm welcome to you. We look forward to your continued support in the 3 days. So we have resource persons. You might have seen in the schedule, the coordinator has made all effort to bring people, if possible, offline, and if not possible, at least to get their expertise through online mode also. So we have very, very experienced people who have really worked from the beginning in initiating this Manodarpan Cell and conducting various activities through this. The mental health of school children is protected. So Professor Anjum Sibia, hopefully she has joined, because first session she will be the resource person also, who is the founder chairperson of Manodarpan Cell. So I welcome Professor Anjum Sibia and also all the other resource persons, like we have working group members of Ministry of Education, Dr. Jitendra Nagpal, doctors from Delhi, Dr. Cynthia from Hyderabad. She is joining, but probably on the 3rd day or 2nd day she will be coming here. And we have people from Bangalore. We also have a former faculty of NIMHANS as a resource person. So I welcome all those resource persons, hoping that they have joined now or they will be joining very soon. I welcome all of you participants. So online, those who have joined, a bigger number is online. And this number also is very encouraging. So hearty welcome to you all. And you will be really leading this workshop because of your presence here and proximity with the resource persons and interaction with your group here. It will be a wonderful opportunity for all of us to interact and plan for the state, for the school, what activities we are planning for the children. Professor Anil Kumar, the member of Manodarpan Cell NCERT and the coordinator of this program, has quickly gathered resources because we had very less time to organize this, but it is heartening to see the response. So sir has made all effort to bring you together for a cause that will be remembered forever. I welcome Professor Anil Kumar, coordinator of this program. Let me welcome the youngsters who are supportive in the institute for all the programs, the research scholars. Welcome to you all. We also have our department staff, the other faculty of the institute who have come here for the inaugural function to show their solidarity, and their contribution also will be there. Welcome to all of you. Our support staff, he will be connecting us wherever we usually don't have any problem. We have Shreyas and Varun. I must welcome them because they will be seeing that this reaches larger audience. A hearty welcome to all of you and wish you a wonderful sessions and interaction for all the 3 days.
Thank you, Professor Gaurama Madam. I also welcome Professor Gaurama, Head Department of Extension Education, which organizes all our in-service programs and extension activities. She is the backbone of all our in-service training program. Thank you very much, Madam.
Okay, full screen out.
Now we will have self-introduction. I think the participants can now make their own smaller brief, as well as any of your contribution earlier in this field, or if you have attended earlier also, you can also speak.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. KP Suma from Kendriya Vidyalaya RBI Mysuru, and I'm extremely happy to be a participant here. I've participated in Manodarpan program last year, conducted by RI, and in 24 I participated in the same program at NIE New Delhi.
Recording in progress.
Thank you.
A very good morning to one and all. I'm Chandramouli. I'm working as principal in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Hyderabad region. I could recollect reminiscence of RAE. Ours was the first batch of PG diploma in guidance and counseling. Sir, coordinator, sir, and Madam Kalpana, both were there. And we were around 40 candidates, 10 from Navodaya and 10 from KVS. 20 teachers. We stayed in Krishna hostel. It was very tough time. And yes, once again, back to this RIE. It was so nice to come and see all the participants. Thank you all.
A very good morning to everybody here. My name is Markandelu Suri. Coming from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1 Golconda. I'm vice principal there and presently deputed to Kendriya Vidyalaya Anantapur as in charge principal. It's homecoming for me also because I was here from 86 to 92. I was so happy like a girl when she will be told to go to mother's place after getting married. That's how I was. So I was here from 86 to 92. I did my graduation and post-graduation both from RIE Mysuru. So very eager to listen to you all and learn a lot from you all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
I am Preeti Yadav from JNV, Belagavi, Hyderabad region. I joined the institute very recently, just 7 to 8 months back. So this is very new thing for me. Thank you.
Good morning to all. I am G. Lakshmi Kumari, coming from Vijayanagaram, teacher at Guttupalli, Manakamudam.
Good morning, all of you. I am Trinada Rao Saripalli, Government Aid, Bhimanapatnam, Vishakhapatnam. Thank you.
Good morning to all. I am Mahalakshmi, lecturer, Diet, Coimbatore from Tamil Nadu. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Uma, Diet Krishnagiri, Tamil Nadu.
To all, myself Suresh Prajapat. I am from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Idiki, Kerala. Thank you.
Good morning to all. I am Hanuman Razu from NCERT, Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning to all. I am Malinath Remat, lecturer, Diet Vijaypur, Kannada.
Good morning to all. I am Dr. P. Bhatmanavan, senior lecturer, Diet Kirpinathur, Tirunamala district, Tamil Nadu.
Good morning to everyone. I am from Kaliyuva Mane. It's an NGO for dysfunctional and underprivileged children. I am a counselor and also an emotional coach. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Very good morning. My name is Dr. Sadivan, Assistant Professor in Physical Education, NCERT. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, one and all present here. So, myself, Selvaraj, I'm a school counselor from Sishya School, Osur. So, I'm a fresher. So, this is a new place to me. I'm going to learn many things from many dignitaries, many experienced people. So, I'm looking forward to go on. Thank you.
Good morning to all. My name is K. Balaji, Cluster Resource Person, Irgampalli, Chintamani Taluk and Chikbalapur district. Thank you.
Myself Srinath, maths teacher, JNV, Bangalore Urban.
Good morning, everyone. I am Sai Vani, TGT English, working in JNV, Vishakhapatnam. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Myself Manjula, TGT English, JNV Adilabad, Telangana State. So same feeling for me like my Markandale brother. I was alumni of RIE, 89 to 93. I did my BA and Suma ma'am was my immediate senior. So I'm very happy to come back. And Kalpana ma'am, I worked with Kalpana ma'am to inspect KGBV schools. It was a great experience, ma'am. Thank you for including me in that. I'm looking forward to learn much from you all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kavita, TGT Maths from JNV Nagar Karnool, Telangana.
Good morning to everyone. Myself Dhanlakshmi M, TGT Maths. I am coming from JNV Lepakshi, Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning. I am Chalatharai, lecturer, Diet Namakkal, Ramraj.
Good morning. I am Dr. Kalaivanan, Diet lecturer, Salem Diet, Tamil Nadu. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. I am Sendil Kumar from Diet Dharmaburi, Tamil Nadu.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nasaruddin from Lakshadweep. We both are here the last 6 days for CCSL library course. So our department deputed us to attend this course, and this is our first time to attend this course. Thank you so much.
Good morning, all. My name is Abdul Ghafoor. I am from Chetla, Thailand, beauty of Lakshadweep. As told my brother, we are trapped here for another course. Thank you very much.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Sampath Kumar GS, Government High School Headmaster from Bangalore. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your wonderful introduction, and we are happy to see that for many it is a homecoming, and your feelings are well recognized here, sir. You are all welcome at any time. We are all one family, and NCERT is the broader family also. And you look like around 25 to 30 here. As you know that there are two reasons. We have invited only up to 40 as offline participants, and due to some of the financial constraints. Another aspect is that the states and the CBSE conducting board examinations. So many of them told that, like the administrators at the principal level and vice principal, they told that we can't come. We'll depute some teachers, but that also not happened. But we are happy that there is a large number attending online. All right, around 60 are there online, and many of the states want that their representative should be through online only. Thanks to this technology also, because we have made this possible now. Whatever the inputs we are delivering, and it is reaching to the larger audience through offline, online, and again, live sessions are going on in our NCERT events. A larger chunk of people are watching that. There is no interaction facility, but they can view it in YouTube channel of NCERT. Thanks to the CIT people also made it possible. Let me have a small background about this program. Before minute. I think online people are also, there is a request that they should be introduced. Let us see that, we'll do it towards the end of this inaugural session. All right, let me complete first the activities, because let us see how much time they require. We'll do surely. If not during inaugural, otherwise also. Let us find out, because even our chief guest is also joining online. Let us see that how much time she is taking. Depending upon that, we'll do your request also. Thank you very much. I am sorry to say that our regular principal is not able to attend this program. It was a short notice to me also, because just today morning only at 9:30 I came to know that our regular principal Vice Srikanth sir is not attending. But again, yes, well wishes are there, and we also owe much to him for providing us a free hand to conduct the programs. So, respected Principal, Vice Srikanth Sir, Dean of Instruction, Professor Kalpana Venugopal, Head Department of Extension, Professor I.P. Gaurama, my colleagues of this institute, dear participants, who are all coming from different status like principals, vice principals, teachers, and the NGO representatives, and also people from the policy making groups, my own students and my own scholars. I think today again it is going to be an historic day in our institute, because for the second time we are organizing a workshop on Manodarpan. I hope you are all aware about Manodarpan. Manodarpan has initiated the program as such after post-COVID scenario. I will come to that. And this initiative again, Manodarpan initiative, started as under the Ministry of Education under Manodarpan Bharat. So for us also, NCERT is an equal partner in this, and we get fund from the ministry under PIB. As you all know that mental health is a major aspect, like our physical health, mental health is also important. And particularly in this Manodarpan activities, we focus more on our adolescent students. You would be knowing that there are other mental health efforts in our country. There are other agencies also coordinating such activities, but Manodarpan is exclusively for teachers and students of school setup, whether it is regular or informal setup. As you all know that without good mental health, we cannot have, particularly students cannot concentrate on their own academic aspects as well as their development also, growth and development. So we focus nowadays much on it because various research studies shows that there are children facing a lot of mental health issues, not very severe, but to certain extent also. When we look upon the statistics, we will see that the percentage goes like this, but I may not be telling the actual, but again, it is an approximate. Like 50% of the mental health problems are established when the child at the age of 14. Many of those who are having certain issues, you see that it always happens during early adolescence. And again, this percentage goes up to 75 when they reach 24. That means during the young adult. As you all know that this is a major concern, as if the instruction in the classrooms has to be more effective, the students has to be really mentally healthy and physically healthy. So we used to tell that a sound mind lives in a sound body. So the coordination between both also. So that's how the importance. And very late only as educationalists, we have realized the fact. As you all know that we celebrate World Mental Health Day also. I hope you know when we celebrate World Mental Health Day. If anyone can mention the date, I would be happy. At least you have. Yeah, during October, very good. 10th October, is it not? All right, we celebrate the World Mental Health Day. It again started during 1994 when an organization, World Mental Health Day, associations are there, they started it, but later WHO joined for that. As you know that after the post effect, effect of COVID only, World Mental Health organization started celebrating it in a bigger manner, and we also followed suit in India, and we celebrate it as Mental Health Week. All the national organization and state organizations are celebrating the week, as a mental health week. Whenever this October 10th comes, that week we consider it as. This day is celebrated to initiate, from making raising awareness about the mental health aspects, because that prevention is better than cure. So that is the approach we follow in all mental health activities. So for that, promoting that awareness among school teachers and as well as students, even parents, we encourage during that time to have more activities so that the wider message goes to all the stakeholders of this particular program. And we've also seen that what happened during COVID time. I think we can't recollect that, the sorrowful act we have seen, and how the individuals have been separated, and how the villages have been demarked from having a routine interaction. What all went ahead, we do not know during that time. It was a learning lesson for us also, how such a pandemic can affect the human lives, and still many of the people are suffering from that. We do not know what had happened. Many lives have been lost, and many are still prolonging to continue to the normal, and those things are there. And the Ministry of Education has realized that there should be a continuous support. This is how the Ministry of Education or the MHRD previous, they have came to the picture. Otherwise, the mental health programs were running by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, or Ministry of Social Welfare and Child Development. So raising the importance of promotion of mental health among the students, the Ministry of Education started mental health as a comprehensive program involving all stakeholders in education, health, and other ministries also. Because we have realized that a program of this magnitude has to be implemented. One department or one ministry alone cannot take up the huge task. So there is a need for more collaboration among all the stakeholders, ministries. Funding should be also through one channel to all, so that the program will find much more effectiveness while we implement the program. That's how the Manodarpan has started, and you would also see the Manodarpan in our NCERT website. Also, there is a website for Manodarpan maintained by the MOE. I just want to put a video, a small video, I think, as an introduction to this, because instead of speaking me, I think we would play that video. I just remembered that. It has been developed as an introductory video by Manodarpan branch. As NCERT is an equal partner in implementation of ministry's Manodarpan activities. Another partner is the CBSE. And CBSE has developed a lot of materials for students. And NCERT also developed the guidelines. A lot of advocacy materials are available in Manodarpan website for teachers, parents, and again college students. A lot of advocacy material, then promotional videos, many aspects. I think it is our duty that to please communicate this to the larger audience. Like many were not aware about the initiation. As you know that many things the government implement which are only aware to a smaller group. That's how the ministry decided that we will have many programs. Even when you look upon NCERT and RIEs, we are also engaged in the whole month through various activities like Sahayog sessions, and then we have our own Paricharcha sessions. We call it as a webinar, Manodarpan webinar, which we used to held during every Friday. One of the RI takes initiative in organizing that. Now we will see the small cutscene video of Manodarpan.
With the outbreak of the global pandemic COVID-19, schools are shut. Children are having to study online. This has resulted in excessive emotional and behavioral stress, wherein students, parents, and teachers are facing equally challenging times. According to WHO, 1 in 4 people suffer from mental disorders. A mother, Namrata, and daughter Anjali live together in a flat. She's constantly sad and feels depressed due to her daughter's rude and erratic behavior. When Namrata confronts Anjali, she threatens her with suicide. Karan is the only child of his parents and has Down syndrome. His parents are infected with COVID-19 and they are admitted to the hospital. He is very anxious and misses his parents deeply. Rohan is suffering from lack of attentiveness in class and lack of confidence. The thought that Rohan may be facing depression and the resultant stigma scares her. Thus, she remains helpless. Recognizing the issue or seeking counseling remains a rare phenomenon in India, which is why the Manodarpan initiative, covering a wide range of activities to provide psychosocial support to students, teachers, and families for mental health, has been undertaken and has been included in the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. A web page has been created on the website of MHRD, a national toll-free helpline to provide telecounseling for students to help cope with the situation has also been established. The telecounseling have been started for students as of now. Manodarpan is a Ministry of HRD initiative with a mission to help resolve mental health issues for the Indian populace. Manodarpan, generating awareness, empowering people responsibly. Remember, whenever life feels chaotic, we are there to help you find peace in chaos. Our counselors are available on our helpline. We wish you well and promise your wellness.
That is in a nutshell about our Manodarpan initiatives of the then MHRD and now MOE. I think things are not very happy. Every day you are also realizing that a lot of school violence happening. It's a truth, and also a lot of suicides. Every time the CBSE report or results comes out, you have seen that one or the other, commits suicide. And nowadays, the recent newspaper report shows that there are many suicidal cases in IITs. It is showing like this, more than 100 students have been, lost their life during the 4-year period, 2001 to 2024. So recently it has come. They are all got good placement. But you think about that, how do they take a drastic decision to end their life? Education is for maintaining a quality life. But what happens to these people? I think the seriousness we all have to realize, and in our own way we need to contribute. When we look back the initiatives, we will see that there is a premier organization, particularly in the South, which deals with the mental health problems of the patients. I will put it like that. That organization is NIMHANS, isn't it? National Institute for Mental Health and Neurosciences. Yeah, yes. And when you look upon, because they deal with the cases only, though they are having school, support services, but they deal with the severe cases. Even we had earlier also school mental health programs are supported by various state agencies or NGOs. But we should see that it has not gone to the public awareness much. And the teachers and other stakeholders were not a party to them. Basically, the programs implemented for their own sake. I should put it like that. Not much cooperation from the stakeholders. That's how many programs couldn't get success. So when we look upon even Ministry of Women and Child Development, they had some programs and still continuing. Even our population, national population education programs, it has got a new component of, or now it is renamed as adolescence education program. It has also got a component of mental health aspects. They do it. But again, when Manodarpan came, we considered that it has changed the whole scenario. And now people are aware about these programs, and we used to get a lot of YouTube channel, viewers, not during a live, but later, when you look upon about 2,000 to 2,000 ranges within a week's time or within a month's time. That's how people are more interested in knowing about that and knowing about various resources available. And we also see that certain initiation at Delhi, like we call it as the wellness programs of Delhi schools. It has also a component of Manodarpan aspects, and they call it as through socio-emotional learning. They are providing support so that students develop certain capabilities and competencies to deal with those situations. So we will see that such programs, when it comes in cooperation, collaboration with the various stakeholders, then we would see that the programs are implemented in a better manner. And now we talk about a whole school approach for the mental well-being. The whole school approach, that means all the collaborators or stakeholders will come together for a major course, and then they provide support. So you should also see that, as Professor Gaurama Madam was mentioning about various working group members. In the ministry, we have constituted 2020-21. There is a working group for Manodarpan at the ministry level. And again, at the NCERT level, we have a Manodarpan Cell and we have a Manodarpan working group team for the NCERT. There are many people from the headquarters, particularly from the Department of Education and for Foundations of Education and Psychology, DEPS, we call it as. The faculty are core members, and from RIs also, we are fortunate, Professor Gaurama and myself, to be the team members in that. And more about NCERT's initiatives, we have our chief guest for the day, that is Professor Anjum Sibia. She will be explaining about all those. But we are happy that this regional consultative meeting has been materialized today. The headquarters was pressurizing also for us to conduct, but various reasons we could not conduct because of our engagement earlier. But somehow now the 3 days have now come. I hope this will be a very fruitful exercise, though we have a smaller group when we see here, but definitely it is going to be a wider impact. And some of those major objectives of organizing this consultative meet is like to promote awareness among all stakeholders in school education on crucial role of mental well-being in holistic development of students. And the second one, to sensitize all stakeholders towards collaborative efforts for promoting well-being in schools. So the headquarter, our Manodarpan Cell, has identified various themes. On these themes only, we will have discussions and deliberation. And we are fortunate to have a lot of working group members joining online and also offline for deliberating on these different themes. Like first theme is mental well-being in the school towards holistic development. Then we have promoting mental well-being, a whole school approach, strengthening mental well-being through school functioning, teachers as facilitators or mentors of students' well-being, enhancing access and overcoming various barriers towards positive mental well-being, and also the last one, way forward, bridging the gap. That means the participants will be making a plan of action for their own state and their own institutions also. And we have got excellent participation from various boards, the schools, various centrally funded organizations, and diets and NGOs. Definitely, I hope this program is going to benefit for a larger group. Let me conclude my speech by thanking our beloved principal, Professor Y. Srikanth, for giving me an opportunity to coordinate this program. Thank you very much. Okay. Let me call upon our in charge principal, Professor Kalpana Venugopal, who is also Dean of Instruction of the Institute, to address the participants.
Namaskar. Good morning to one and all. Respected Professor Anjum Sibia, Madam, who is the founding chairperson for Manodarpan, and she's been like a mother who's guided all of us all along in these initiatives about mental health, Sayog, Manodarpan, Paricharcha, all the activities that have been happening at NIE and all along RIE. And most of us have worked very closely with her. Madam, it's very nice to have you here online. Dear Professor Anil Kumar, my colleague Professor Gaurama, participants who've come all the way from the southern region. I see it's from Kendra Vidyalayas who've deputed you, Navodaya Vidyalaya, and the state diets, teachers, NGOs, our own, and all those online who've been able to make it around 60. That's a big number. dear research scholars, students, and staff of RI Mysuru. I don't know if it would be befitting for me to talk before Anjum Madam, because she will be able to give us very useful information and very effective information that we will need right now. But as a formality, it will not be an address, but I'd just like to touch on one or two points. One, some of the aspects that Professor Anil Kumar was talking about, India being one of those nations, especially when you saw the video, suddenly all of this seems to have come about in our country. I don't think it came up suddenly, but it's the consciousness which has come up suddenly. And COVID has been one such reason, but we don't want to stick with COVID, because even post-COVID, when families are back together with full life and zest, still we find children feeling lost. Probably this has come to such a magnitude because India happens to be the world's youngest nation. In the sense, we have the largest population of young people in our country. And therefore, there is an onus on us, especially bodies like NCERT and the ministries working together, that we really need to take care of our young ones, because they will be the human force, the workforce for the entire world hereafter. So therefore, initiatives like these, programs like this, happening in numerous ways is the only way that we can see how we will be able to reach out to these young people, make them feel more confident, make them feel more effective as world citizens wherever they are, with better mental health capabilities and confidence. That is the reason why we have such kind of consultative regions, consultative conferences. The second thing is that only at such forums, whether it is online or offline, we are able to share our experiences. All of us in some way or the other are connected with the world of the young. Either as teachers, as teacher educators, as professionals, including people like Anjum Madam, who seem to be, actually retired from NCERT, but not retired from the profession of guiding young people for mental health and well-being. So some way we are connected, and if we can share our experiences, take back from these kind of consultative meets as to what we would like to go back to our institutions and society at large to do for these young people. That is what is very important when we come together in such forums. There is the whole schedule, which I was just having a look, is very beautifully made, very meaning for all the 3 days, but it would be meaningless if we don't have interactive sessions. So let us all try to be more interactive, share what we have to say whenever there is a session, though there is a speaker. That's when we will be able to take back most of the aspects. The second thing that I'd like to say is there are two words here, holistic with W and holistic with H. One, holistic, W, is for the entire school program. That means we may not have representatives from the entire school structure as such, like the staff, the parents, and all of them who all make up the stakeholders. But I think we should be able to make an action plan for them also, because they need to tie hands. If you look at the video, in most places it shows scenarios of the home. But today, since both the parents and, we are in a very nuclear kind of family, very little interaction with grandparents that happen. So then we as a school have to bring them together in our school scenario. That is the WH that you're talking about in holistic. Of course, holistic and mental well-being for the child, HOLI, is also very important, because finally every school, whether it's KV or, it is the state schools, what we want is students who go back, into society with good performance, not just academic, but meaningful citizens, socially equipped, all that requires good mental well-being. So I think this Manodarpan consultative workshop or conference is more geared to fulfilling both the wholes, the holistic development of the child and holistic programs of the school, which should necessarily include the partnership of parents and all the staff, other stakeholders of the community who can be together. So with this, I'm sure that this will be a very meaningful 3-day event. And as Professor Anil Kumar has put it, it will remain in the history of this institute that we've been able to do something, even if it is very minuscule, something very meaningful for society when it comes to mental health and well-being of students. Thank you.
May I kindly request now Professor Anjum Sibia, former in charge, Manodarpan Cell NCERT and the working group member of MOE, to address the gathering and also provide the inaugural address. Thank you.
Can you hear me, Professor Anil Kumar?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
madam. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So a very, very pleasant morning to everyone here. And it is a pleasure. It is a great pleasure to be here with you all. Professor Kalpana, in charge principal, Professor Gaurama, and dear Professor Anil Kumar. I have been, working with them over the decades, if I may say so, by association with Professor Anil Kumar spans over almost 3 decades, if I may say so. And all along we had been working for, we had been working to train counselors to begin with. But then somehow, we moved into, other work arenas, and we moved towards mental health and well-being. Of course, when we were training counselors and we were talking about, our diploma course in guidance and counseling, we were talking about those concerns which are very, very important for mental health and well-being. But somehow they were not explicitly stated, as they are now. And this is because of the new education policy. So I'll be touching upon, I'll just flag some of the things here because most of that has been covered by Professor Anil Kumar.
Ma'am, unmute.
Madam, unmute. Unmute, madam.
Ma'am, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
Professor Anjum Sibia, madam, unmute.
Is it okay now?
Yes, yes.
I thought I was audible earlier also. I wasn't.
No, we have muted all because of disturbance. So, including you.
Okay. Okay, that's all right. I'm not too good with technology, so maybe, I thought something I had messed up. Anyway, so, coming back to where I was, all I was trying to say is that I was trying to put across that we had been working in the area of mental health and well-being of our teachers, of our students through our guidance and counseling course. I heard 1 or 2 people saying that they are the alumni of the PGDC course, which was being held, by the NCERT, which again took the shape of international diploma course and so on and so forth, from a very kind of a career-oriented approach to a specialist approach, and now we have moved on to a teacher-counselor approach. And if I'm not wrong, I would just like to say that all along we were talking about well-being only. We were talking about those skills which were very, very important to our younger generation besides the academics. So what is it that took us so long, whether it is my schooling, which has been decades back, and I'm sure even your schooling largely focused on academics. We weren't talking about socio-emotional learning. Schools never thought this was something which was their responsibility. All what we were concerned was about learning the 3 R's, getting good score, getting good marks. how we are engaging with the others, how we are interacting, what relationships we have, how our feelings are taken care of in the school, how we regulate our emotions and feelings. All this was not considered important and not at all part of the school's work. But of course, we had developments in the field of, brain research, in the field of psychology also, where we started talking about how emotions and feelings can make us think intelligently, and came the term emotional intelligence. We started talking about that how, relating and collaborating with others is more important than getting a high score. The Bell Labs in US showed to us that those people were more successful in jobs, those not necessarily with high IQs, but definitely who were more emotionally intelligent. So it is in this context, the socio-emotional learning, the socio-emotional aspects, and the well-being aspects which are related to socio-emotional development got a lot of, prominence in our education system. And the policy 2020 has so very aptly and very strongly highlighted this in all the chapters in which, we see that either it is well-being, whether it is social-emotional learning, whether it is caring concerns, whether it is the talk about teacher counselor, all that have become part and parcel of the national education policy. And all this is leading to nothing else but well-being. And as Dr. Anil Kumar has just said that, Manodarpan is the, under the ages of which we are holding this regional consultation. And it's actually, very, very encouraging to see participation across stakeholders. We have teachers from different school systems. We have people from, the diets, the SCRTs, and the administrators, were the principals, were the vice principals, and very, very encouragingly, partnership with NGOs. Community partnership with NGOs is something which is very important. I will be taking a session in which I'll be going into details of the kind of work we had done in Manodarpan. Since I had the privilege to lead the first initiative which was taken up by Ministry of Education in July 2020 under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, where mental well-being was considered as something, which we really have to give a lot of, take the work forward with a lot of force. And it is this Manodarpan which provided the impetus for that kind of work in our school system. And after a couple of months after the July initiative, when it was started, we opened a cell in NCERT, the Manodarpan Cell, and having done pioneering work in the area, along with my colleagues, Professor Gorama, Professor Anil Kumar, who have been part of the cell, I think all what we have done would not have been possible. We've had people from other RIs also, and as a team in a collaborative manner, we were able to do a lot of things which earlier we had thought was not possible. So all those details I'll go to a little later, but all I want to point out here is a few things here. One is, the first and the foremost thing, like I said, the policy is focusing on those aspects, socio-emotional aspects, the effective domain, which has always been neglected. It was something which was not considered as contributing to cognition, to academic learning. But over a period of time, over decades, early 90s, it was very well established that if you're not happy coming to school, you will not be able to engage in classroom learning and classroom discussions, and that will affect your learning. So taking, all that work in mind and taking the work of positive psychology, the vision of policy actually is strengthening the psychological researches which are supporting this, And if I may say so, that the policy vision got translated into the national curriculum framework, which NCERT has developed, whether at the foundational stage and at the school education stage, both. Both the frameworks are talking about outcomes which are related to effective domain. So basically, we have worked on curricular goals, we have worked on learning objectives, we have worked on learning outcomes. At all the three levels, we have worked about cognitive, we are working in mind the cognitive domain and the socio-emotional aspects. So background, and even in education, you all know that any individual grows in a very integrated manner. I mean, it's not that cognitive is taking place, physical and socio-emotional is taking place at some other time. No, all the three domains are very, very tightly linked with each other and contributing to each other. So as a person, we are developing in a holistic manner and in an integrated manner. So, these are the two things which the policy has taken forward when it is talking about providing education. The policy also has talked about integration in a very big way. It talks about integration of behavior, skills, attitudes, values, integration of pedagogy, which is art integrated based, whether it is digital pedagogy, whether it is, integration of values, integration of aspects which are related to, different disciplines, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary perspective. All these things are nothing but an integrated way of looking at education. So, this needs to be seen as something congruent to how an individual develops. So our education policy is strengthening the naturally occurring biological integration development, which is taking place in the individual by giving a vision, which also provides the integrated view. So this is one thing I just wanted to put across, The next thing is that it is important that when we are talking about mental well-being, we talk about strengths of a person. Let's have a strength-based approach to looking at well-being. One is we can look at what the person does not have. The other is what the person has. But if we look at individual differences, it is important to see that there are aspects which are so different among all of us. We all are educators. We all may be having similar degrees. We all may have studied in similar schools. I have a whole lot of my participants here who are from Kendriya Vidyalaya. I'm also from a product of a Kendriya Vidyalaya. In spite of our similar experiences, we still have so many differences which are a result of our experiences and, of course, the kind of biological makeups we have. So it is important that we focus on these differences as differences. Let's see them only as differences. Let's not see the differences in students, in our children, as some kind of a deficit. So the approach has to be a difference over a deficit. Let's not look at differences as deficits. And that is also one of the concerns of looking at mental health as mental well-being more than health as, something on a parameter of, having it or not having it. So when we talk about well-being, the well-being continuum is a continuum which can vary, which takes in consideration the individual differences. So what the point I'm trying to make across is that from an educational point of view, we have to look at things as differences, not as deficits. We are not clinical people, who are trying to look at something which is not there and then, treat it. Our approach is prevention, which has just been mentioned by the program coordinator. It is taking proactive measures. So prevention and taking proactive measures is the core of well-being. If this kind of a positive outlook we have, it is, if I may say so, it is like engaging with the beliefs of the people. If I have a belief about my strength, my actions will support that belief. That is how the psychological phenomena is, My beliefs create a mental set which affect my actions and behaviors, which affects my looking at things in a manner I see them. If my belief is positive, if my belief is that I can do it, then I look at things in a manner which makes me take actions and which supports behaviors to support my beliefs. The same is true for negative beliefs. And that is the case when, we are not able to, you, me as parents, as educationists, as counselors, if we look at a person who's having issues and problems, to, handle their addictions, and we focus on the kind of actions that child is doing, then it becomes difficult for the child to handle such a situation, because we need to engage with what the child's beliefs are. Because the belief that it is cool to take substance, it is cool to bully a child in school, will be supported by a similar action. And if we put a stop to the actions, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, and we don't engage with the beliefs, then the result is not going to be substantial in terms of achievables. The child will fall back to his pattern of bullying, of misusing or using substance. So what I'm trying to put across is that this kind of approach is the approach we are moving ahead when we are talking about mental well-being. And Manodarpan has initiated so many of those activities, and Dr. Anil has so very rightly pointed out. Dr. Kalpana also was pointing about those. I will be talking about those at length in my session later. But at this point, I just wanted to highlight one or two of these aspects. Another thing I would like to take, here is that we need to, have a kind of an approach which is an whole school approach. Now, why are we talking about whole school approach? Professor Kalpana, Professor Anil, both had talked about it. What is this? This is exactly a very holistic approach where each and every member of the school system sees his or her role in mental well-being of the student. This not only is essential, and this is the core of whole school approach, the WSA. Of course, WSA also points at an integration of handling at the curriculum level, integration of handling them in the way the rules, the roles and responsibility of are viewed by all stakeholders, how I, as a peon, view my responsibility for the school system, for mental health and well-being. I, as the administrator, how do I view my role in this whole process of having a well-being approach to our students? What kind of environment do I need to create? What is the ethos? A caring ethos needs to be created for such an environment which supports well-being. Besides that, what are the kind of activities I undertake? Do they have, are they based on a well-being perspective? What kind of curriculum do I have? What are the teaching, learning, pedagogical approach I have that well-being is at the core? So basically, we are talking about caring concerns here. I'll be talking about caring concerns much later also. But the main thing is that caring is the core of well-being. It is something, and caring does not mean only physical caring or a pat or a touch. Caring has a lot more and a very, very in-depth meaning. We'll be discussing about that a little later. So maybe, what I wanted to put across was that integration is at the core of whole school approach, and involving each and every aspect, stakeholder in each and every aspect of the school's functioning is important. The child enters the gate. We have a gatekeeper there. We have a security person there. It starts right from there. What role does he has in making the child feel secure, in creating an environment which is caring. So whole school, that is why, if you see, we have a huge stakeholders across the different areas. If you really see, we have at the district level, we have at the state level, we have at the school level, we are having NGOs. The whole idea is that the school system is to be supported by all of them. So keeping that in mind, to support the whole school approach, this regional consultation has invited people across the different areas of work which are responsible for the functioning of the for effective functioning of the school. So I would say that your role as teacher counselor, your role as a caring teacher would be the basis for all well-being activities. And I can assure you, because this is one of the many conferences and the regional consultations we are having through Manodarpan across the RIs, across regions, and even at the national level. I can assure you, that this is not only going to be a professional learning for you all, it will also be a personal journey of well-being, of learning, which will create a certain kind of change in you. As I have come across, many people saying this, and I believe it also. Every time I'm interacting with a new group, it brings a new personal learning for me also. So this 3-day consultation definitely is going to talk about, your personal growth, your professional growth. And I'm not sure if the time permits, because we have another session at 11:30. But all I would like to say is that it is important that we chalk a way forward for our school system. At least for the southern schools, after the 3 days or on the 3rd day, we are able to chalk out some actionables. Some of them I've jotted down, which I'll be sharing in the next session. Some actionables which will help us take the vision, the approach, and the way Manodarpan views mental health and well-being for its students, for its teachers. And that is what is important. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to draw an action plan, or at least we'll be able to come out with some important actionables after the 3 days of this workshop. And once again, I think I've taken more time than allotted to me, and I would like to thank Professor Anil Kumar for having me here. It's always a pleasure to interact with my own people, faculty, with whom I've been interacting in the earlier years also. And of course, the new group who is always, is coming up with newer ideas, newer vision to strengthen the work, to strengthen the vision of Manodarpan, to support the policy perspective of mental well-being. So I look forward to the 3-day discussions, and I'm sure, a lot will come out of it. And I join hands in congratulating the coordinator, Professor Anil Kumar, and you all for being part of such a big consultation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Professor Jim Sivia. You have been the backbone of Manodarpan activities at the national level. And we are fortunate to have you here during our inauguration session. And Madam, we will be troubling you for one more session. Please bear with us, because from your side, if we get a good back support, definitely the people who are participating online and offline would have good clarity about this program and how to proceed further for extending the support to their level, that is a CRT or diet or a school system. Definitely, this will go a long way for making our children happy. You have told about various points, caring, concern. I think that's what more important. Teacher's role is a caregiver rather than only an instructional exchange exchange of content, but we need more personal touch in the event of artificial intelligence and the technology. I don't think so. The technology can replace the people, Madam. So we need to realize it's important, and motherly concern should be there for all our students. I hope this group also will take it in a positive way, and they will lead a better mental health activities in their school. Thank you very much for your support, and we will just take a break. And before that, I will just tell about my vote of thanks. I think I am fortunate to have Dr. Anjum Sibi as a chief guest for this particular session. I wholeheartedly, on behalf of RI Mysuru and the principal of RI, Professor Y. Srikanth, sir, extend a warm thanks to you, madam, for initiating this discussion for 3 days consultative meet.
Thank
I
you.
also
Thank you.
extend.
Professor Anil, do we join after half an hour for my session?
No problem. 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, then only people will be arriving here. Okay, after that.
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. You can
Thank
take a break, madam. I also thank Professor Y. Srikanth, sir, for providing me an opportunity to conduct this consultative meet on a short duration. As you know that the financial year is going to end by March, then we have to complete by February all our activities. So that's how we thought to conduct it during this third week of February, and sir has provided a lot of support in organizing this, though unfortunately sir could not present here in person. I hope sir is listening through our video channel. We have sent it to sir for listening to that. I also extend our in charge principal, Professor Kalpana Venugopal, for providing her support and giving a direction to the conference. I also thank our extension head, Professor I.P. Gaurama, for providing all support to the organization of the 3-day consultative meet. As you know that the department conduct all our extension activities. Both of them are not here because you know that we have a teaching parallelly going on. Our classes are running, so they are engaged engaged with the students. I also thank all the participants who are here presently come as in person in this hall, and also joined online. I think the number is increasing. I could see somewhere 71 and further it increased. So it's a good participation. 70 plus around 30 are here. Some are about to join. Their trains are reaching at 10:30. They told from Telangana particularly. So we have all around 100 odd participants. It's a good strength for us. Such a consultative meet, and definitely it is not the number, is it not? Sometimes how do we contribute to this? That is more important. And making a action plans so that you can, when you go to your own institutions, definitely you can engage with your authorities and extend further activities for the students. I also so thank you each one of you of offline and online participants for coming over here. I also extend all your authorities who have been deputed here for this 3 days consultative meet, and some of them could not depute also some states due to various other reasons. But anyway, thanks to all the administrators for making this event as a more grand success one. I also thank all our colleagues and research scholars and students and our technical hand Varun and his team, PT section, who is making us possible to broadcast it as a live mode. As you know that we have a Central Institute of Educational Technology, CIET, at the headquarters. They are now busy with a lot of technological support for educational. You must be knowing about the NESTA program, Diksha program, online program for students, so many. And in additionally, they are also telecasting whenever a constant unit like a RI conduct the programs, so that will be available in YouTube channel, and the stakeholders can at any time view the programs and take inputs from them. I thank wholeheartedly the Vijay Prakash of CIT and the Joint Director, our Amarendra Behra sir, also for extending the support to our programs. Thank you, each one. If I forgot to mention anyone, please excuse me. Now we will have a tea break. I think we will join by around 11:40. Is it okay? 10-15 minutes are there. All right. We are a smaller group. You can join, and we'll start the next session with the Professor Anjum Sibia only. You can have interaction at that time, because during this inaugural session we did not mention about that. Let us share and interact whenever the experts are available, online or offline. Thank you, everyone.
Recording stopped.